Imagine a world where every piece of information is at your fingertips, but you can't reach it. This is the paradox of the modern digital age, a world where the internet, a vast, boundless ocean of knowledge, is teeming with potential for discovery, learning, and connection. Yet for some, it's as if they're standing at the shore, unable to dive in. In the early days, the internet promised a utopia, a place where borders didn't exist, where every voice could be heard, where every culture could be explored. We were thrilled like children in a candy store, our eyes wide with wonder at this new world of information, connections, and exchanges. We had the world at our fingertips, and it was exhilarating. But as we grew more accustomed to this digital realm, we began to see the invisible barriers, the locked doors, the internet, a global library, yet some books remain locked away. One day, the books started disappearing. The pages I used to read were no longer there. Picture this, you're in a library, a vast expanse of knowledge at your fingertips, and suddenly, sections start vanishing. That's the reality of internet censorship. A sudden void where there was once a fountain of information. It all started subtly, a page error here, a blocked website there. The shock wasn't immediate, but rather a slow realization that the world was changing, and not for the better. The internet, once a beacon of free speech, started to feel more like a maze full of dead ends and blocked passages. And here's the irony. We live in an era dubbed the Information Age, a time when humanity has access to more knowledge than ever before. We were promised a digital utopia, a place where information was freely available to all, but it seems we were sold a false bill of goods. Instead, we find ourselves in a world where the gatekeepers of information decide what we should or shouldn't know, what we can or cannot say. The promise of the internet has been overshadowed by the reality of censorship. In this grand library of our time, books are being removed from the shelves, not by fire, but by the silent hand of censorship. It's an irony that in this age of information, where every voice has the potential to be heard, silence has become the most profound statement. In the age of information, silence became the loudest sound. I realized I was blindfolded in a world full of sights. Imagine being in a room full of vibrant colors, yet all you see is black. That's the chilling reality of internet censorship. It's a profound loneliness, a feeling of isolation as you're locked away from the world's vast digital landscape. It's an undercurrent of frustration, a gnawing sense of disempowerment as your voice is stifled, your words erased, your thoughts silenced. But the impact of censorship goes beyond the individual. It's a ripple effect that permeates our society. It strangles creativity, the lifeblood of innovation. Ideas are snuffed out before they can take flight. It's a barrier to social progress, a roadblock that hinders the free exchange of thoughts and ideas. In its wake, censorship leaves a stifled society, a muted world. The internet was meant to be a tool for empowerment, yet it became a symbol of control. This shouldn't be the reality in a world where knowledge is power. The pain of censorship is a wound that cuts deep, a silent scream that echoes across the vast expanse of the internet. It's a harsh, bitter pill to swallow that in the 21st century, we are still grappling with the chains of censorship. It's like a blight on the canvas of freedom, a dark cloud casting a gloomy shadow over the vibrant landscape of our digital world. Our anger, our frustration isn't just about the denial of access. It's about the denial of our fundamental human right to knowledge and information. It's about the stifling of voices, the suppression of ideas, the extinguishing of the flame of curiosity that burns in every human heart. But we're not powerless, we're not helpless, we're not victims, we're warriors, warriors of the digital age, and it's time for us to rise, to challenge, to resist. We must remember that the power of the internet lies in its openness, its freedom, its ability to connect, to inform, to inspire. We need to fight for our right to knowledge, to information, to freedom. We need to stand against the dark tide of censorship, to push back against the walls that seek to confine us. We need to remind ourselves, and those who wield the power, that the internet should be a platform for all voices, not just the ones they choose to hear. In a world where we can be anything, let us be uncensored.